So what's really going on in downtown DC? And let's just be real. Downtown DC is not as lively as it was before the pandemic, with dwindling foot traffic, office vacancies on the rise, and then the whole debacle of DC's basketball and hockey teams threatening to leave the Capital One Arena, which is located right here in the heart of downtown. The area has undoubtedly seen major shifts in the recent years. But what does this mean? If you've ever thought about making an investment right here in downtown DC, specifically owning a condo, today we're going to dive into that question. And we're going to focus on two key neighborhoods in downtown DC's core, which is Mount Vernon Triangle and Penn Quarter / Chinatown. And the reason I'm singling out these two neighborhoods is these neighborhoods are in the core of downtown DC. And in my opinion, they have the most condo inventory in the downtown core area. We're also going to check out two condos currently on the market. And while we're at it, we're going to discuss DC's plan to revitalize the downtown area and how that could affect downtown real estate. And we're getting after it right now. So if you stumbled across this video, I'm assuming that's most likely because you're interested in DC real estate, whether that be buying, selling, or you're just curious about the DC real estate market at large. If that's the case, you're at the right place. Feel free to subscribe below. My name is Bashir, and I get calls, texts, emails from folks just like you looking to buy a home right here in the nation's capital. So if you have plans on doing that in the next 30, 60, 90 days or more, feel free to reach out to me, call me, text me, shoot me an email. All my contact details are in the description below. As always, look forward to helping you find the right home in the right neighborhood. So before we dive in and get the day started, let's answer one important question. How did we get here? In my opinion, the first thing that had the most impact on the downtown area in DC was indeed the rise of remote work during and after the pandemic. So with many industries within the private and also government sector switching to either fully remote work or some sort of a hybrid, office buildings in downtown saw significant rises in vacancies. And that's going to bleed into the small businesses that surround these office buildings. So if you have less people visiting the city on a daily basis, businesses around like restaurants and coffee shops, this is going to affect them too because they're getting way less traffic than they were used to before the pandemic. And what do businesses do when they have significantly less foot traffic? They either shut down or they downsize. Now, I'm in no way trying to imply that downtown DC all of a sudden is this ghost town and nobody goes downtown. Absolutely not. I mean, it's still downtown DC, right? And it's always going to be downtown DC, but we're just not seeing the same level of activity that we saw prior to the pandemic. So anyway, let's tour downtown DC in its current state, and then we'll talk about the city's plan to revamp the area, and then we'll check out a few condos. See you in a bit. Downtown Washington, D.C., a place that has long been the heartbeat of the nation's capital, known for its political significance, cultural attractions, and vibrant neighborhoods. It's hard to deny that downtown has faced some serious challenges in recent years. The rise of remote work has led to an increase in vacant office buildings, less foot traffic, and a noticeable economic slowdown. And add on to that, the uncertainty surrounding the future of the Capital One Arena, with the city's basketball and hockey teams threatening to leave and go to Northern Virginia. We've got a downtown that's grappling with sort of an identity crisis. So make sure you stick around to the end of this segment, because closer to the end, I'm going to dive deep into the city's bold $400 million plan to revitalize the area, from infrastructure investments to creative solutions like converting office buildings into residential spaces. So trust me, you don't want to miss that. First though, let's take a closer look at two of the neighborhoods that form the core of downtown DC. Mount Vernon Square and Penn Quarter / Chinatown. Let's start with Mount Vernon Square, a neighborhood perfectly positioned just north of Penn Quarter and east of Logan Circle. It's bordered by Massachusetts Avenue to the north, New York Avenue to the south, and stretches between 5th and 7th Streets. This central location places it within walking distance of some of the city's most iconic landmarks,
while offering its own unique character. The vibe in Mount Vernon Square is a dynamic mix of urban sophistication and neighborhood charm. You'll find modern residential buildings, bustling office spaces, and a rich selection of dining and entertainment options. It's a neighborhood that caters to professionals and anyone looking for a vibrant city lifestyle. For those considering living here, Mount Vernon Square offers a range of residential options, especially high-rise condos that blend luxury with convenience. Many of these buildings come with top-tier amenities like rooftop terraces, offering panoramic city views, fitness centers, and even private courtyard, just steps away from all the action. When it comes to dining, Mount Vernon Square does not disappoint. Restaurants like RPM Italian stand out, offering a chic yet inviting atmosphere where you can enjoy handcrafted pastas and elegant cocktails. It's the kind of place that feels perfect for a special night out or even a casual dinner with friends. If you're craving bold and flavorful cuisine, Raza is a must visit. This spot serves up vibrant Indian dishes in a colorful and casual setting. Entertainment is another highlight of this neighborhood. The Walter E. Washington Convention Center is a massive hub for events, hosting everything from large-scale conventions to cultural festivals. Now, beyond the convention center, the area is well equipped for day-to-day living with grocery stores like Safeway, numerous coffee shops, and plenty of gyms to stay active. Dog parks and bike-friendly streets add to the neighborhood's appeal, making it not only livable but also convenient for pet owners and also commuters. If you work in the private sector, Mount Vernon Square's many office buildings offer the ultimate convenience. Imagine cutting your commute down to a short walk or bike ride. And for those venturing to other parts of DC, the Mount Vernon Square Metro Station, serviced by the green and yellow lines, ensures seamless access to the rest of DC. Now let's shift south to Penn Quarter / Chinatown, a neighborhood that sits just below Mount Vernon Square, bordered by Pennsylvania Avenue to the south and stretching roughly between 5th and 9th Streets Northwest. Penn Quarter is a quick walk or metro ride from its northern neighbor. While Mount Vernon Square has a modern corporate vibe, Penn Quarter leans heavily into history, culture, and government activity, giving it a distinct identity. This neighborhood is anchored by the Capital One Arena, the home of the Washington Wizards and Washington Capitals. The arena is not just a sports venue, it's a cultural and economic engine for the area, drawing thousands of visitors year-round for basketball, hockey, and major concerts. Its central location makes it a focal point of downtown life, and it's surrounded by a lively mix of restaurants, bars, and shops. Penn Quarter also has its fair share of dining and shopping options. Whether you're in the mood for a quick bite or an upscale dining experience, the area has something for everyone. It's also highly accessible thanks to the Gallery Place, Chinatown Metro Station, and the Judiciary Square Station, which make getting in and out of the neighborhood a breeze. Chinatown, which sits just adjacent to Penn Quarter, adds another layer of vibrancy to the area. Though much smaller than its name suggests, Chinatown offers a handful of authentic spots where you can grab Chinese cuisine, adding a unique cultural flavor to the neighborhood. Now, despite these undeniable attractions in Mount Vernon Square and Penn Quarter, downtown DC as a whole has suffered in recent years. The rise of remote work, a trend accelerated by the pandemic, has left many office buildings sitting empty. This has contributed to a significant economic downturn, with annual tax revenue generated from downtown DC declining by a whopping $243 million since 2019. And if this is left unaddressed, this revenue loss is projected to climb by another $193 million over the next 5 to 10 years. So DC has some serious work to do. So, to combat these challenges, DC's political and business leaders have proposed a comprehensive $400 million revitalization plan. This ambitious effort focuses on multiple areas, including improving parks and open spaces, attracting new businesses, expanding retail options, and improving and ensuring public safety. One of the most intriguing aspects of the plan is the city's proposal, which was recently approved to purchase and redevelop the Capital One Arena. The Wizards and the Caps hinted at leaving if significant investments weren't made. So this move is definitely going to secure their future in the city. The new acquisition would include funding for major renovations to modernize the area, a move that could keep it competitive with other venues and ensure it remains a draw for both locals and tourists. DC and Monumental Sports have teamed up in a $550 million deal to give Capital One Arena a big makeover and breathe new life into Penn Quarter / Gallery Place Chinatown. The city's buying the arena for $87.5 million, using that money to fund renovations, while Monumental Sports will lease it back and stay in DC through 2050 with options to stay even longer. Now, this project is set to bring in $1 billion in economic activity, create nearly 5,000 jobs, and support local businesses. Construction kicks off in 2025, aiming to make the arena a top-notch spot for sports and entertainment while boosting downtown DC's energy. Perhaps the boldest strategy in the city's revitalization plan is the focus on converting vacant office spaces into residential buildings. With remote and hybrid work reshaping the demand for office space, these conversions could breathe new life into downtown. One of the standout projects is the redevelopment of 1625 Massachusetts Avenue, a 114 square foot vacant office building. It will deliver 157 residential units, including 15 designated as affordable housing. Another project is the massive transformation of 1825 to 1875 Connecticut Avenue, which is the largest office to residential conversion ever in DC, which are two buildings totaling 1 million square feet. This will create 525 units with 69 units set aside as affordable housing. Another key project is at 615 H Street Northwest. A commercial row home and a surface parking lot in Chinatown will be redeveloped into 72 residential units, 8 of which will be set aside for affordable housing. So all these efforts show DC's commitment to revitalizing its downtown core, ensuring it remains a vibrant and essential part of the city's fabric. Whether through significant investments in infrastructure, creative solutions for vacant office spaces, or securing the future of its sports team, DC is taking bold steps to redefine what downtown living and working can look like. Only time will tell how successful these efforts will be, but one thing is certain: the city is not backing down from the challenges it faces. So let me know your thoughts on these plans and whether you think they'll succeed in transforming downtown DC.
Now, while I do admire the city's plan of turning a lot of these vacant office buildings downtown into apartment housing, I personally would have loved to seen a mix of apartment housing and condos, because you still have a large contingent of the population who would, prefer to be owners as opposed to renters. But nonetheless, we have a housing inventory crisis in the district anyway. So I guess, apartment housing helps as well to kind of hopefully bring prices down in the city. So either way, I guess it's still a win-win. But would have loved to have seen more condos like this one we're in right now. We're going to be looking at this 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,100 square feet condo right here in the heart of Mount Vernon. We're only steps away from the convention center, the Mount Vernon Metro. We're also close to I-395. If you wanted to hop into Virginia or east of the river, DC, you have easy access to that. And there's also a ton of dining options, shopping, groceries. I mean, everything you can think of. This area has a walk score of 97. So this is like the core of downtown. The condo has a 3,000 square foot rooftop, pet friendly. You can have up to 2 pets. It also comes with a garage parking space. So let's go down and check it out. So this is the condo right here, right off New York Avenue. As you can see, 395 is adjacent to the building. They've got a Safeway right there, Starbucks. They've got this little dog park right here. Let's go in and check it out. Okay. So we've actually got 2 elevators. The first one to the 2nd floor, and then the next one goes to the 6th floor. All right. So let's see what we've got here. We've got our systems right there, and check out this bathroom. It's huge. So pretty standard. And to the right here, we've got a washer and dryer, which is always a plus, you know. Don't you love when you can live in a condo when you don't have to go downstairs to a shared laundry room? But I mean, off the bat, what I love the most about this condo is look at all the natural light that comes in. Right? So this condo is south facing, so you get all this light. I mean, I'm assuming that's why there are no lights in the ceiling right here. It is because, I mean, the natural light is just out of this world. So anyway, let's take a look at the rest of the space. So this is 1134 square feet and feels pretty spacious. This is our dining room, which transitions into our living room. And then our kitchen is right here. They've got this huge island breakfast bar. So over here by the stove doesn't have the most counter space, but I mean, hey, you've got this long island. Dishwasher. Got the quartz countertops. And they went with the glass backsplash right there on the glass tile backsplash behind the stove. Check out this microwave. And then to the left here, we've got a pantry. We've got the engineered hardwood floors. So let's take a look at our first bedroom, which has this sliding door. Our closet space. So this goes all the way down in there. Right. Then you got these shelves. So pretty good sized bedroom. And I would assume this is the main bedroom with a walk-in closet and its own bathroom. So this bedroom has a window, the other one doesn't. And, you know, you can wake up, cycle on your Peloton bike, and you get views of, you know, of the city. Let's check out the closet. So I'm actually impressed with the amount of space this place has. You know, you would think a condo downtown, it's gonna be only 500 square feet or, you know, and you're gonna be cramped up, but not always the case. You can still live downtown and have a decent amount of living space, as we can see. Now, if this sunlight is too much for you, I mean, the blinds are operated with this remote, so you could easily just put that down halfway if it's too much. But I personally, I like this. I like the setup, right? Okay, so let's check out the rooftop deck. Okay, so on the 11th floor, they've got this rooftop area. Got the restrooms right there. Got this bar area over here. There's also a seating area right here, additional seating outdoor. But no one's using that right now because it's currently 20 degrees in DC. Freezing cold. So, I mean, check this out. We got the poker table, sorry, pool table. Gosh, no, not a poker table, pool table. And you've got these amazing views of the city. Look at that. So you've got the Safeway grocery store down there, the dog park, New York Avenue. Across the street is Homewood Suites Hotel. That takes you right to the highway. You can be in and out of DC with ease. And this area actually wraps all the way around. We got the grill back there. Zoom this in. I'm not trying to walk all the way down there because, let me head back in. It's freezing. Okay. So pretty cool spot to come out and hang out. Nice amenity that comes with this building. You can kind of see where that 1,100 plus HOA fee, what contributes to that $1,100 a month HOA fee. But hey, that's steep. You know, that's definitely on the higher end of things in DC. But hey, what can you say? It's downtown. And by the way, this entire area is like 3,000 square feet, and it can be reserved for private events. So anyway, let's head over to the next neighborhood, which is Penn Quarter, still in downtown, and see what that has to offer. All right, so this is a 2-story unit. You see the steps lead up that way. We've got a half bath on the first level. And then we've got those beautiful 2-story floor to ceiling windows that bring in a ton of natural light to the space. So this would, be your living and dining area. So a little bit of a different setup from the first unit. Got granite countertops here. Over here, I guess this would be a storage room and a pantry. Let's check out the bedroom. So, there's no door that separates this space. So, you can kind of look at this as a two-level studio if you wish. Because this entire area is it's still exposed, but it's completely separated from your living space. So, one bedroom hybrid studio. You know what I mean? So we've got a full bath right here. This is just a toilet with the privacy door. We've got this walk-in closet. Check out this balcony. So over here to the left is actually an office building. Can you see those cubicles? Look empty to me. Seems like everyone's working from home. So typical downtown living. So I'm actually curious to hear your thoughts and opinions and projections on how much of an impact do you think the city's investment of hundreds of millions of dollars into turning vacant office buildings into housing units, renovating the Capital One Arena and keeping the basketball and hockey teams here, how much of an impact do you think that's going to have on downtown and actually bringing people back? And not only bringing people back, but having people stay. Because the only way you can get people to stay is if you build more housing. So how much of an impact do you think all this is going to have on the downtown area? Do you think, people might be excited about downtown living again, or do you think people are just completely over downtown living? What are your thoughts on that? I'm really curious to see which direction this is going to go, because if the city is investing hundreds of millions of dollars into downtown, they mean business. And I'm pretty sure they've hired the best people to analyze and forecast how these investments are going to pan out. But we're not going to know how it pans out until the next, 5 to 10 years, because this is a long-term project by the city. This is not a short-term 6 to 12-month project at all. In fact, it's far from that. So curious to hear your thoughts and projections about how downtown DC is going to turn out in the next 5 to 10 years. Until then, if you're looking to purchase a condo right here in the heart of downtown or in any other neighborhood in DC or in the DMV, you can always feel free to reach out to me, call me, text me, shoot me an email. All my contact details are in the description below, pinned in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next neighborhood.